I want to be like a bird. I love birds. They are delicate and they're always happy and they're always making music. People always say they want to fly like a bird. It's even a superpower that you see in the movies. And that would be lovely, escaping the world around you in an instant and soaring to new heights. Birds have both freedom and happiness because, in their nature, they are five things. Number one, they're vulnerable. Nobody likes to open themselves up to be hurt, to be seen by the world, to be judged. This is private. The truth of who we are actually scares us. But have you seen a bird raise its wings? Underneath their wings is fragile skin and bone. It's so tender and it's able to be punctured and damaged easily. Why would they ever lift these wings up? The reason is because that's the only way they can fly. This is true for people too. Being protected and guarded of your soft parts makes it impossible for you to reach out and grow. So you can either spend all of your time putting up walls or you can reach beyond them so that they don't even matter. You cannot reach for things if you're holding your chest tight. You cannot soar to new heights without opening yourself up to vulnerability. Birds are also generous. Have you ever seen a bird eating from a bird feeder near your home? Honestly, as someone who has bird feeders, I'm frustrated because they thrash around the food and literally as much of what they're eating ends up on the ground, if not twice as much. I used to be frustrated until I read somewhere that they did this so that the other birds and the animals that are on the ground could eat. In this way, they're sharing their food with the community. You are the same way. You must share your gifts. Hiding that and pretending that they don't exist or that they're not there is literally just as selfish as keeping it all for yourself. They are in you by God or the universe to be shared with everyone who touches you. Spend your personal wealth. Be generous and share your gifts. Guess what else birds are? They're sensitive. You can hardly tell when they're sleeping. They always have one eye open, for one thing. However, when they do sleep, they lift one leg and tuck it up underneath themselves. Isn't that strange? I have not personally studied ornithology, but I believe the reason for this is to make them more sensitive while they're sleeping to detect movements on their perch. They can detect any motion, and they always want to be aware and sensitive to what's going on around them, even when they are sleeping. People also have a lot of things to be sensitive and aware of. However, it's not all about ourselves. And if we are sensitive to others, we can empathize with them, be responsive to their needs in the moment, and most importantly, we can be kind. We can be kind. Finally, one reason I want to be like birds is because they're always cheerful. They communicate by singing. Have you tried that? Try going through an entire day where you sung everything you wanted to say. How happy is that? Birds are constantly chirping and making music, and they always sound like the happiest of animals. They're not barking or baying or honking, they're just singing. No matter the circumstances, they always produce their song. Even birds in cages produce the most beautiful music. We can learn a lot from them. Our circumstances may not always be perfect. Maybe we are frustrated with a job or a relationship or just life in general. Maybe we feel stuck or unappreciated. Life isn't going to be perfect 100% of the time. That's just the way it is. However, an imperfect life, which everyone has, is far easier to approach when your attitude is cheerful. I love birds, and I always will. And I love them more when I think about what they are giving in order to be who they are.